Welcome. This is a men's channel with men's content. If that is something that you enjoy watching, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. And if you are easily triggered, this is not the show for you. I am your host, Jeremy Hill, the Gentleman Rogue. Now let's get into it. I have a question. I'm making this an episode of a live stream. And the question is, what is black femininity? How does it work? How does it benefit the black man? How do I know when I am around it? I'm going to give you 2 points of view of black femininity. One is going to be a religious view. The second is going to be a secular view. For you who don't know what secular means, that means I'm going to also explain it without attempting to tie it to religious beliefs, because this is not a religious channel. Now let's get into it. When God made mankind, he put the man here first. He made the man the leader first. He gave man responsibility. He had to tend to the garden, the paradise. He had to name the animals in the trees. He had responsibilities. He was here first. The woman came second, and the woman was supposed to be a gift to the man. The woman was here to be a subservient. You see, when God made woman, he gave her a purpose. Her purpose was not to be the most educated, to have the most high earning job. Her purpose was to be a servant to the man. Her purpose was to be a subservient to the man. Her purpose was to be submissive to the man, because submissiveness for a woman ties into femininity. The reason why a woman is called woman, because she came from the womb of a man. She came out of the womb of Adam. She was taken out of his stomach, which would be his womb, as a rib, and then designed and crafted and molded into a woman. That's where the word woman comes from. Now, when a woman is walking in her purpose and following Adam, she was okay. The whole world was okay. There was no sin, no death, no misery, no pain, because she was walking in her purpose, which is a servant to the man. Now, when she fell out of her purpose is when she began to listen to the devil. You see, whenever a woman listens to other people who have words of venom, words of deceit, she is coming out of her purpose, because she is no longer listening to her man. She is no longer serving her man. She is no longer following her man. When she did that, she stepped in the role of authority. And what do I mean by that? Once she was misled by that serpent, she influenced, she persuaded, she prompted Adam to also eat of the forbidden fruit, which was a sin. God told them both not to eat of the forbidden fruit. As soon as she misled, because misled means you are being led somewhere by a leader, but you're being led the wrong way. As soon as she misled Adam into eating the fruit, sin came. Now, Adam fell out of his position. His position was that of a leader, the leader of the woman, the one who had authority over the woman. As soon as he allowed himself to follow her lead, to be misled, he began putting himself in a feminine position, because a feminine position is one of submissiveness, it's one of following the leader. And she was his leader the moment he took of the apple, it was an apple, it was a fruit. The moment he took of the fruit and ate of it, he followed her direction. And ever since then, the world has been in hell ever since. We done had pain, sicknesses, earthquakes, tornadoes, all because a man chose to be a simp and follow the first woman who decided to be butch and take on the masculine energy of a man. When a woman takes on the energy of a man in the household and will try to be the head of the household and try to lead the man, she is taking on the energy of masculinity. And she is outside of her godly purpose. Now, let's go to a secular point of view. What is femininity? Femininity is a subject that is broad and wide, so I can only pick a few of the qualities that are connected or correlate with femininity. Underneath the umbrella of femininity, black femininity, is the ability for a woman to have intuition. When a woman is intuitive, she can sense things or know things without receiving information about those things through traditional senses. You have 5 senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and whatever it is. When a man, for example, gets off of work, he may have received bad news at the job, or as he comes from work to home, He may got a phone call talking about a family member may be admitted into a hospital or some other type of bad news. He comes into the house, doesn't say anything about the information that he's received, but she can sense that there's something wrong. That is intuition. And through intuition, she can soothe the man. She can soothe him, heal him, comfort that man, even though she doesn't know what's really wrong. Because when a woman is intuitive towards a man, she is acting in femininity. Femininity gives accessibility to intuition to a woman to serve her man. And with this type of intuition, she also can serve her children. A woman's place is a servant. Remember, for example, if a child is being bullied or something is going on with their child, most children hide their problems away from their parents. But a woman who is acting in her femininity has a sensibility to her intuition. She can sense when her children are going through things. So what she do, it'll prompt her. Her intuition will prompt her to ask the child or children what is wrong. Why? Because she's being feminine and soft and gentle and aware. Femininity gives women a type of awareness that is spiritual. Because a child, children, or husband does not have to tell her something is wrong. She can sense it. And if you are masculine, you won't be able to feel that. You will not be able to know that you need to tend to the needs of other people because you are masculine. Masculine energy is not, how can I say, womanly intuitive. Masculinity acts on logic. Now let's get to the other quality of femininity. Another quality that is underneath the umbrella of femininity is empathy. Empathy, the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, the ability to feel for someone in their current plight, in their current situation or circumstance. Now, empathy works on information. Now, a woman can receive information from her children or her husband. The husband might have had a hard day at the job. The children may be having some kind of problem with the teachers or some other troubles at school. The children expresses it through words and the husband expresses that through words. So now she knows what the problem is. And through empathy, she can place herself in the children's shoes. She can remember when she was being picked on in school. She can make herself relate, put herself in that situation that the children is going through or what the husband is going through. And then she can decide what to do from there. You see, empathy creates compassion. Compassion is a motivator. For women who claim to be Christian or men, you'll notice in the Bible where the Bible says that Jesus being moved with compassion did this or that. Jesus being moved with compassion did this or that. Because compassion motivates you to try to help someone, relieve someone of pain, or soothe somebody. That is what compassion does. A woman who is walking in femininity has compassion. And that compassion is the fruit of empathy, which is underneath the umbrella of femininity. You understand what I'm saying? So a woman who's feeling empathy for her husband may have something that she want to talk to him about, but because she knows that he's going through something, she'll hold it in and say, this is not the best time to bring up the fact that we need more milk, we need more diapers, we need more money, because he is currently going through something right now that's causing him anguish and pain. And I know if I was going through that, I wouldn't want my husband to tell me that. That is empathy. Putting yourself in the place or position of someone else through femininity. Are y'all learning? Now what else? Another quality of femininity is vulnerability. Vulnerability makes a woman affectionate. Vulnerability is, vulnerability is what makes a woman a woman. It makes her gentle. It makes her express her emotions. Whenever a person expresses her emotions, it makes them open. It makes them vulnerable. It makes them take a risk. Whenever you tell somebody you love them or help them, or you are putting yourself in a position to either be used or abused. But that is the nature of a woman. Women today want to be hard, difficult to touch. They don't want to show their emotions. They want to be masculine, be tough like a man. Because they have fear. But ladies, I'm here to tell you, if you are not vulnerable, you are not being a woman. You are walking outside of your purpose. Because in order for a man to be a protector, he must feel that he has something or someone to protect. If you make it seem like you don't need his protection by withholding your ability to be vulnerable to him, then why is he with you? Why do he want to be with you? His ego is programmed to want to protect his woman. But if you act like, I'm going to get a gun license, I don't need your protection, then it makes him feel a little bit less than a man, doesn't it? A lot of you women do not know how to be vulnerable. Being vulnerable means you're soft, gentle, affectionate, loving, caring. And a lot of you women are put off by that because it makes you think that you are weak. I got news for you. Women are weaker anyway. The grip of a man in comparison to a woman's grip is 17 or 15 times stronger than a woman. There are things that you cannot lift like a man. There are things that you cannot push or pull like a man because you are physically weaker than a man. And for you to get strong, you have to work out and work out and work out. And even at your peak, in a lot of cases, you will never be as strong as a man who also works out and works out and works out. Why? Because you are a weaker vessel. You are the weaker vessel. You are a weaker person. There's nothing wrong with being weak in areas. Because vulnerability in itself is a form of weakness. The problem with you ladies is you don't have the common sense to know how to vet a man. So you expose your vulnerability to a lot of men who are not worth your time or time at all. So now you're afraid to let this part of your femininity show. But if you're not vulnerable, sensitive, you will not be effective in any relationship, especially with that of your children. Think about it. So, black femininity is not what we're seeing today. What we see mostly now is black masculinity in the bodies of women. Women were not designed to be leaders. You're not designed to make more money than men. You're not designed to have better paying jobs than men. Now, if you have a job like that, that's okay. It's okay for women to lead other women, even if they are in a position of CEOs, CFOs, or whatever it is. If she is the leader, she can lead men when it comes to business. But when it comes to relationships, women are not allowed and they are not designed to lead the men. So all you men who are lazy and let your woman take care of you, you are like Adam. You are functioning outside of your purpose. It is not your position to be taken care of by a woman. And it is not the position of the woman to take care of the man. I don't respect men like that. And I don't understand women who are grown, who are taking care of grown men. That is not a leader. You're not designed to lead the household or be head of the household, ladies. And men, you are not designed to follow women and be a subservient to a woman. That is not your place. So anyway, this live stream I made earlier this Sunday talks about this. But I wanted to make a video of the talking points that I was going to use, that I did use in the live stream. Because I think this is a very important video. I don't know if y'all tuned into it. Check it out. Anyway, you know the game. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, if you've seen something in this video that makes sense to you or that you agree with, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. Don't be afraid to share my content on other social media platforms. And don't be afraid to hit the notification bell so you know when I drop another video. And as you always know, the gentleman rogue will always give you the truth. Every time. Have a good one, gentlemen. Until next time.